Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. The NBA playoffs are rolling along. If you like our content, we'd really appreciate it if you give us a like, share our stuff, and if you want a notification every time we post a new video, hit the bell. We're heading out west to talk Nuggets Clippers. We've got Lee from ASA to talk this matchup where the Clippers are favored -9 after taking game one, 120-97. The total sits at 221.5. So Lee, what jumps out to you about this matchup?
Well, we were fortunate. We had the Clippers in the first game, so that worked out well. Here we're going to switch and play the total. We do like the over a little bit in this matchup. It's been interesting to note Denver's defense in the restart the bubble games in the playoffs. It hasn't been good. In fact, it's been one of the worst of all the playoff teams that are left. Their defensive efficiency numbers are awful. It was glaring and obvious in the first game that the Clippers wanted to attack the rim and get to the rim as much as possible. Denver does not have a rim protector. That's not the Joker's strong suit. The Clippers scored 66 points in the paint, and they came rather easily. So Clippers have the second most efficient offense in the NBA this season at 1.14 points per possession, and it's been even better in the playoffs against a Dallas team that's about equal defensively as Denver. So I see the Clippers getting to the 120 mark again this game, 125-ish, and Denver really had a poor shooting night. They were in a tough spot coming off that 7-game series with Utah, and then having to play a game one against a rested Clippers team. So their offense was not good in that game one. But in the restart, in the bubble games, in the playoffs, their offensive efficiency has been really, really good also. Obviously, Jamal Murray can score with anybody, along with Michael Porter Jr. off the bench. They now have Gary Harris back. So Denver's got lots of options offensively. But again, their defense has been so bad. So they're going to get to 100. They're going to get to 105 in this game. Clippers will score in that 120 range. So we expect a higher scoring game here. Their last two games in the regular season, they scored combined to score 235 points in each game. So I don't know if that'll get that high, but it should get around that 225, 230 mark.
Right. Jokic didn't look like he was playing defense at all down in the post. And if you have an over, you would hope that Jamal Murray can contribute a little bit more in this game with a little more rest. And as we've seen, he can score the ball in bunches. It's just the problem in this last game, it looked like he didn't even want the ball and he looked tired. So it would be nice to see a big game from him if you're backing the Nuggets. And obviously, if you're backing the over. Anything else you saw in this last game that would make you want to play a side in this game?
Well, if I was going to play a side, I would probably take the underdog in Denver and the points. Like I said, they were in such a bad situation off that 7-game series with Utah. It was brutal. It was a fantastic series to watch. Anybody that's an NBA fan, it was just outstanding. But I would see them rebounding with a little bit better effort here. In fact, I had talked with some other associates about Denver possibly resting starters in that first game, essentially tanking game one, so they'd be a little bit more fresh for game two. Coach Malone didn't do that, obviously, but yeah, I see Denver playing much better in this one.
Well, that's going to do it for our NBA talk here on Picks and Parlays. Thanks for joining us, Lee. Great stuff.